everybody, we are here to do our bracelet or keychain activity. You can choose. If you got your packet in the mail, you should have some string and some beads. If you didn't get a packet in the mail, you can grab those supplies at home or from the dollar store or any of the craft stores locally. You'll also want a pair of scissors and either some tape or a safety pin to hold your project down while you're working on it. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to be braiding this thread. So we need to get 3 pieces out of 1 piece of thread. So we are going to fold it into 3 equal sections. About like so. And then we can grab it all up. Make sure you have assistance or permission to use the scissors, and then cut that first loop. And we're gonna hold it tight, come down, cut our other loop, and we have 3 mostly even strands, okay? Then we are going to put them all together nice and even and wrap them around to make a knot at one end. So I just took them all together, wrapped it over, and then I push all 3 through. I want to make sure I've got all 3, and then I pull tight. I'm going to come down on the long pieces and push up so that I get as much of the long stuff down on this end as possible. There we go, nice and tight. Now I'm going to use my tape to tape it down so it doesn't wiggle while I'm working. All right, we are ready to do some braiding. Now you can decide if you want to have your beads be inside the braid so they don't slide around, or if you want to braid the whole thing and have the beads slide outside on top of the braid. I'm going to do a little of both so you can see what they both look like and decide which one you prefer. So the way a braid works is you pick one outside strand and put it over the middle one. And then you take the other outside strand and put it over the new middle one. So we keep these 3 strands. And I'm just going to keep alternating outside strands coming over the middle. And that is our braid. You can see it's pretty loose up here. So if I want to get it tighter, I'm going to hold them all up and keep them nice and tight. And I'm going to go over and over. I'm going to add a bead into my braid now. So I'm going to pick a white. You can pick whatever color you want. And I'm going to put it on 1 string. So I went over the middle again. Now I think I want a different color on the other side of that bead. So I'm going to add a bead to this outside. You can see when I add the bead to the outside piece of string, it sticks out from my braid. So maybe I want a bead that sits in the middle of my braid. To do that, I take that bead and put it on the middle strand. Now, when I cross over, that bead, I gotta hold it in the middle. That bead's gonna sit in between those 2. So maybe I want to put a bead over all of my strings. So this is a little trickier, but you can do it. I'm gonna take all 3 ends and hold them, pinch them really, really tight. And I'm going to put all 3 of them through the bead. Ta-da! So now this bead gets to slide around and be wherever it wants to. Maybe you want yours to be like that. You get to choose. And then when we get to the end, yours will be quite a bit longer than this. I did a short one. The same knot we did up here, we're going to do on this end. So I'm going to pinch these all together nice and tight. If you need some help, you can have a friend or an adult help you. We bring those ends over just like we did before. I'm going to pull this knot nice and snug. And now all my beads are on there. I'm gonna check and make sure, yep, that loose bead is gonna stay on there. So now you get to decide, is this a bracelet or a keychain? If you want it to be a bracelet, you would simply maybe have someone help you put it on and tie it around. Again, yours will be longer, so it would actually reach to tie. Or maybe you have a little key ring and you want to tie it up to your key ring so you have some beads hanging off. You choose. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little activity. Feel free to send some pictures of what you created, and we hope you have a good time.